I had heard people say if you vote for this, you're going to get what you voted for. But that's what people say every election.
What was your reaction when Trump was elected?
I was not surprised.
But were you happy? I mean, you voted for Trump.
Happy's not the right word. I was indifferent. I was more, great. The better of two evils. Let's hope nothing goes bad. And then now it's going bad.
They say you don't know what you got till it's gone, but...
All right. This is the problem. This is the problem with the trades. And I know a little bit about the trades. That guy that was talking there, he voted for Trump because he's a racist. Okay? His emotion, his racism is so powerful that he voted against his very own best interest. I was a member of the union for many, many, many years. I'm not going to tell you which union, but you use a hammer a lot. Anyway, make a long story short. Very high percentage of the people that I met throughout my career were like this guy right here, that was just this dude right here, and white privilege, big time, and they're racist, and they will vote against their best interest every fucking time you roll the dice.
But that's what people say every election.
What was your reaction when Trump was elected?
I was not surprised.
But were you happy? I mean, you voted for Trump.
Happy's not the right word. I was indifferent. I was more, great.
He don't give a shit.
Better of two evils.
He's a racist.
Let's hope nothing goes bad.
Hey.
And then now it's going
Well,
bad.
They say you don't know what you got
right?
till it's gone, but as these MAGA electricians in Maine, of all places, are finding out, it stings a lot more when it's your livelihood and when you're the one who voted it away. And it's kind of hard to feel bad for these people because they directly voted to kill the exact clean energy projects that were making the world and their lives better via the Biden administration. And as we'll see...
The thing with the union is the rank and file, most of the white Anglo-Saxon rank and file are Republican. Very few are Democrats, okay? And some independents, like everywhere else. The unions have taken, they've been getting beat up lately. I don't know if you noticed it, but for the past 60 years, the union's been on a decline in America. The only places that do have union are blue states, that do have good unions. They got unions even in right here in Florida where I live. But it's a whole different game here. They have a right to work state, so it's a whole different game here. What happens is in the blue state, the leadership, pretty much the leadership of the unions itself, are Democrat leaning. All right. Not the union I was in. They were this guy. He was he supported. He was a big supporter of President G.W. Bush. Remember him back in the day? So, but then again, he broke the norm. He was like a lot like Trump. His name is Doug McCarran. This guy was a lot like Trump. He would do unprecedented things, like crazy shit, and get away with it. So, yeah. And he had the balls to do it. He did not make the union better. But yeah, man, that's how this shit is. Let me smoke a little bit of this and get it short there. So this guy would do unprecedented things like steal other union job from other unions, steal, like in the trades, the painters would paint, they would have their unions, and carpenters would do carpentry work and have their own union. Drywallers were like they'd be with the painters, I think, in some states. Anyway, you know what I'm getting at. But this guy McCarran, he came in and he started stealing from other unions. Like he would have carpenters do painting and shit like that, crazy off the wall stuff. Like Trump. I think he might be related. But anyway, I lost touch with those people long ago. Last time I heard anything, him and he has a brother named Mike out there in LA, and they were fighting some money that the mother who died left them. Sad, you know, family fighting over money. But yeah, I don't wish that on anybody, you know, but family should love each other. That's what I think. Okay, let's get back to this.
Even when they enter the "this isn't what I voted for" stage and try to put the blame on Trump for making them look stupid, well, how's that other saying about fooling me twice go?
A catastrophic wave of layoffs is hitting electricians in Maine. It may be a preview of hundreds of thousands of jobs that could be lost nationwide after President Trump and Republicans just repealed billions in clean energy investments.
It was like a light switch got opened, and all of our work just disappeared overnight.
We went to Maine, where a solar boom has already come to an abrupt halt.
I got laid off at the beginning of May. I haven't gotten any calls yet.
I'm on unemployment right now, and in the state of Maine, that's $595 per week, and I pay rent, that's $13.50 a month.
This has nothing to do with our local union or the companies around us bidding jobs. It solely comes down to what's happening in our federal government right now.
We came here to talk to electricians who voted for Trump to understand how are they thinking about his agenda now that it's costing them work. We're outside Bangor, Maine, and we're headed to meet an apprentice electrician who's been working steadily for the last several years, but suddenly he finds himself unemployed. And he wants to talk to us about why. Braden House is an apprentice electrician who last year voted for Trump.
After finding out I was having my
You know why he voted for Trump? Keep America white again.
daughter at 17, I'm like, I need money, and it ain't gonna be spent on guitars and amplifiers. It's gonna be spent on diapers and making a future for this kid. I remember being on a solar field one day, and I get an email of my Lincoln Financial account. I'm like, holy shit, I've only been doing this for a year and a half, and I have $3,000 in my retirement account.
Why do you think the work was so steady?
Because there were so many solar projects. You can't go anywhere in the state without seeing a solar field or multiple.
It kept every electrician in our local union employed.
Scott Cuddy is a longtime electrician out of the same union local as Braden. He told me that until recently, there were so few jobs for electricians that they had to take across-the-board pay cuts to get work.
We had 0 solar projects going on for years and years and years. Guys were traveling to other jurisdictions to go work on solar projects.
That started to change in 2022.
President Biden's signing of the Inflation Reduction Act today comes after more than a year of negotiations among Democrats in Congress.
The Inflation Reduction Act was the largest federal investment in clean energy jobs in American history. It provided tax credits that encouraged business to build renewable projects like solar, wind, and battery.
Biden did that.